The hand of God was with our deputies here today. I don't believe I can underscore the severity of what occurred here today enough. Our suspect ambushed our deputies from the moment they arrived on scene. He was intent on taking the life of a deputy sheriff. The original victim in this case says last night that her ex-boyfriend arrives at her house, zip ties her legs, takes a sock, places it in her mouth, and places some tape over her mouth. Several times throughout the evening, as she gains consciousness and loses consciousness, he tells her, as he's holding her at gunpoint, that he's going to kill her. In the morning, she wakes up and she sees that she's unrestrained. She gets in her car. Let me back up. She sees that she's unrestrained. Her ex-boyfriend's still in the residence. She says, I have an appointment that I can't miss. I must be at. Fortunate for all of us, he allows her to leave the residence at this point. Make no mistake about it. She was a hostage. She was held captive all night long. She's able to leave in the morning, and she comes to our district office here in the south end of the county seeking an order of protection. After telling the deputy what occurred last night, he tells her, we have a lot more going on here. There's a lot of criminal acts that this suspect needs to be held accountable for. We have a much more of something larger than an order of protection. So at this time, deputies start doing what they're trained to do. They find out who our suspect is. They find out where he lives, what kind of car he drives. And as they're getting this information, they come here to Shell Point Road in Ruskin. And they now believe that our suspect's inside and he's alone by himself, still believed to be armed. So at this point, there's no need to rush things. This is where innovation greatly assists law enforcement. One of our trained deputies that are trained in drone operations launches a drone. And now the drone is doing surveillance instead of our deputies having to be so nearby and so close to someone we know is violent, already proven that he's violent, and someone who's armed. At some point, as they're in the general vicinity, the drone deputy says, our bad guy is leaving the residence. Our bad guy is headed towards the parking lot. This parking lot now is occupied by some repair workers in this complex, and he's headed towards the car. Now our deputies, as they do each and every day, now they have to go towards danger. They're forced to face danger. They begin to move in as they identify, hey, this is our suspect, this is our bad guy, let's go take him into custody. As the first deputy arrives on scene, he pulls in by the vehicle, and the bad guy has opened now, his van opens up the side door of his van. What you can see from the body cam footage and the drone footage is that he now, our suspect, punches his hand through the car so he can get a better shot at this deputy sheriff, and he opens fire as the deputy sheriff immediately gets out of the car. The car door's not even closed, and he's faced with a barrage of gunfire. Several rounds striking the vehicle, and unfortunately a round shooting and striking him in the facial area. He immediately falls down. Almost simultaneously as the second deputy's arriving on scene, our suspect opens fire on him. He fires at our second deputy through the vehicle, is shooting now actively into the deputy's patrol car, striking him in the neck. He's never able to even get out of his car. The third deputy sheriff, who I can't commend enough for his heroic action, takes a tactical position from the rear. He gets out. As he's getting out, he sees our suspect firing on the second deputy. He opens fire, returns fire, striking the suspect multiple times. Our 2 deputy sheriffs were medevaced to Tampa General Hospital, where they're currently undergoing some of the best medical care they can receive in this county, if not in this state. The suspect was also transported to Tampa General Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased because he succumbed to his injuries here today. Our suspect is Chris Machowski. He's 34 years of age. He's a one-time convicted felon back in 2023 for a felony charge of tampering with physical evidence. Our 3 deputies. Our first deputy who arrived on scene is Deputy Moon. He was the one that was struck in the face. Our second deputy is Deputy Daniels. He was struck in the neck. Both of their families have been picked up by Sheriff's Office personnel and reunited with both of our deputies at Tampa General Hospital. Our third deputy is a very experienced deputy. He has 27 years of experience here, and that's Sergeant Harrison Bashner. Sergeant Bashner, job well done, sir. Because of the training that these deputies undergo in the hot weather, in the rain, time after time, several times throughout the year, is why you saw something textbook play out. Now, you might say, but the deputies were injured. The deputies know the danger that they face when they go to this training, and they willingly accept this responsibility, knowing that whatever they do is to ensure that no one else was injured here today. Our suspect's reign of terror ended today because of the training, the bravery, and heroic actions of each of these deputies. I can't thank the responding deputies who responded then to the calls, the pleas for help, as they're in severe agony, not knowing how badly they're injured. Thank you to every single deputy who's on scene responded to this scene today. I also be remiss if I didn't take a moment to thank the men and women of Hillsborough County Fire Rescue. Our deputies, no doubt, are alive and in better medical condition because of the care that they received under the guidance and medical supervision of Hillsborough County Fire Rescue. Thank you to each and every one of you. What questions can I attempt to answer at this point? Our suspect is a one-time convicted felon. In 2023, he was charged and convicted of a felony charge of tampering with physical evidence. And again, I'm going to release all the body cam footage that we can and the drone video. We're blurring out the deceased body. We're doing some, I don't want to make it too graphic, but I feel it's important, as I've always been as your sheriff, to be transparent. At the same time, I want you to see exactly the dangers that these deputies faced from the moment they arrived on scene. One of them not even able to get out of his vehicle.
Did your first deputy even have time to say anything to him? Did he say anything to the deputy?
No, that's what makes this. There was no dialogue. There was never any conversation. When you watch the drone video, watch the body cam footage, when he gets out of the vehicle, the door's not even shut yet, and he's faced with a barrage of gunfire. I did have a chance to meet with the deputies. Fortunate as fate would have it, I arrived on scene when both helicopters were landing, so I was able to run over to the fire rescue and be able to talk to the both deputies. As you can imagine, in severe agony from the injuries and the sensitivity of where these injuries occurred, but both of them speaking, both of them grateful to be alive.
Sure, but this sounds like there's a documented history of possible domestic violence, but it sounds like this situation certainly might have been a case of that. Can you speak to that and what this victim/survivor did?
Yeah, we're not able to find any previous documented cases of domestic violence that are reported to us involving our suspect, but I commend the actions of this brave victim who said, I don't want this to happen to me. I'm in fear of my life, and I'm an ex-girlfriend, don't want it to happen to anyone else. So she took the time to come and report it to us.
What condition is the victim in?
I'm sorry?
What condition is the girlfriend in?
You could imagine she's shook up, she's distraught, but no severe injuries. Her mental